Hello my friends, and welcome to see what are the personality traits of number 2. So if you're born on the 2nd, on the 20th, on the 11th or on the 29th of a month, then this is for you. So number 2, you are number 2. And just before we start, if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe so that you're notified every time I release a new video. So what is number 2 all about? Well, number 2 people, they're very caring souls. They're very sensitive. I would say hypersensitive. They can be very touchy. If they are said something a bit harsh, then it will hurt them very easily. They will not show it because they will not have the tendency to be open about it. They will keep it inside of them. They will brood over it, and it will hurt them inside. They will just not express their hurts out. This is how number 2 people are. Number 2 people are just like the moon, I would say. Yeah, very slow. They are like, not slow, but I say soft glowing personalities. Yeah, they are these soft glowing personalities. Calm, yet very emotional, yet very sensitive, very, very intuitive people. Number 2, they are very intuitive people. So they have to listen to the intuition whenever they feel that something is right or something is not right. They have to listen to it. Then they are very diplomatic people also. What happens is that if there is this kind of a kind of a fight or some kind of conflict taking place, then the number 2 people are the people who will try to bring about peace over there. They have that certain touch, that diplomacy, which will calm the troubled waters. So whenever there is a conflict, you might notice your friends who are number 2, that these people will just go and try to pacify. They will try to understand what is happening and just try to pacify both the sides of the party, the argument which is going on, a heated one. They'll just go and just calm them down. This is what is number 2 also. These people, as we can see, number 2 is 1 plus 1, right? So this is about union. This is a marriage number, we call this as a union number. So number 2 people work very well when they are teamed up with someone. So it can be a very good partnership. They can shoulder a very good partnership. Then they are also very good at in something which needs to be built up together. Okay, the teamwork, this is what is number 2. They will thrive and they will really progress when there is a teamwork situation, and they will do very, very well. They usually don't like to work very much in solo. They will not like to do that. They will always like to be with people, because for them they have that little bit of dependency kind of a trait that they have. They can be a bit dependent. Okay, you should see them with their partners also. They can be overly dependent on their partners also. So sometimes the partner can be a bit like, stop it, don't be so dependent on me, but in a very sweet way. It's not like suffocatingly dependent. Number 2 people can be. And in a relationship, number 2 people, you guys just give 1000%. When you really love someone, it is like 1000% in a relationship you people give. And you are devoted to your partners. You're so devoted. You are just busy understanding them. You forget yourself in a relationship. That is what I have noticed. You just forget yourself. The other person, the partner, becomes your God over there, and you are all the time, do you need this, do you need that, you're so much caring, as if you are the mother of your partner, rather than, even if you're a male, you become the mother, or maternal towards your partner so much that you forget yourself. You are sacrificing in a relationship, not just with your partner, but I have also seen with your colleagues, with your friends. You sacrifice a lot. You have that sacrificing thing inside of you. Whenever you are in a relationship, you want to see everybody happy. In your family also, you will sacrifice something which is very important for you, that is very important for you, just to maintain this peace and happiness. So for example, a number 2 personality can give up something very, very important that is important to them, just because some people in the family are not happy by their choice, with their choice about that certain something, they can give that up. And then they can be then when they see that everybody's happy around them, then they feel nice. But my dear number 2, you need to take care of this. Sacrificing yourself all the times is not a good thing. I mean, you can be happy in the true way. When you are happy, you can make others happy, right? But when you have to give up something so important to yourself, at that time it can be a bit weighing for you during your life, my dear number 2 people. So you need to take care of that. And also I have seen that you people don't like conflicts. Whenever there is a conflict, you will try to bring about some kind of a solution. Yeah, so that is also one of the things, that wanting peace all the time. So you are the peacemakers, as well as you are the ones who are, who like that, ambience of harmony where everyone is nice to each other. So that is what you like also. And also I have noticed something about number 2s is that when they are in a relationship, it is like fusion with the partner. So much fusion that they forget who they are, what they are. It's forgotten. Everything is the partner, So that in a way is something that is very, very precious and rare. And the partners of number 2 have to really, really, how do you say, be very thankful about that with the number 2 people, because they are very rare gemstones. They are precious people. You should not lose them. If they are giving you their heart, be loyal to them. This is what I can say for the partners of number 2 people, because this is very rare. They give, they just sacrifice. This is what I have seen. Also, I have noticed something is that if they are criticized about something, then my dear number 2, you have the tendency to close up. Like, you get closed. You close yourself inside of yourself. And that can be quite hurting for you, because that is the tendency to be completely, just like when you're criticized, you cannot just lash back. Then suddenly you might just stop communicating with that particular person who has hurt you, or suddenly you will just, just shut down, as if, you're completely, your heart just closes and you're just inside of you. Then you sulk, you brood inside of you. So this is also one of the things that at the beginning, number 2 people can appear to be very, very reserved, because they are always, testing the waters before they can come. They can be seen, or they can appear very shy, reserved, at times cold also. Some people can feel, oh, they are cold, or oh, they are having some kind of complex, but it is not so. It is just because the number 2 people are shy at the beginning. They take time to know you, and then slowly they will start opening up. And when they open up, and when they really, really like you, it's like they are very loyal to you. They are, they will help you. And they will try to understand you. And yes, curiosity also I've seen in the number 2 people. They're very, very curious also. They would like to know what's happening. They would like to have more information, because this gives them the certainty that everything is okay. So whenever you are in trouble, your number 2 friend will be, the friend with the number 2 personality traits will be a bit like, what happened? Tell me. And even if you don't feel like telling, they will try to dig into it, because they would like to know what's troubling you, so that they can help you. This is what I've seen also. Then I also see that wherever, in what kind of jobs they will thrive. They will thrive, they will succeed in jobs which require people. The teamwork is required. Okay, then also I see that as they are very maternal in caring, for example, healthcare, also they will be very good as teachers. They will be very good no matter where they are put. I think there is that maternal air about them that will help them to do very well wherever there is some kind of services to be provided. So in service industries also they will do very good. Wherever imagination, artistic qualities are required, imagination is wonderful in them, because the moon, of course, yeah, and the intuition that is required also. So astrology also can be one of the sectors that they can do very well in. So wherever these qualities are required, they will be there. Diplomacy also. So yes, they can also, wherever there is diplomacy required, then number 2 people will do quite good. Like for example, PRs, or this kind of post can be very, very good for them. And yes, they can be very good doctors, nurses also, because they are very, they have this very caring, and at the same time the curiosity. So yes, there you can add the research work also comes into the picture. However, now what are the positive things that I have told you, but what are now the negative aspects of the number 2? Well, the negative aspects of number 2 are duality, because it is 1 plus 1, right? So always there is the duality, the conflicting mind is there always. One mind will say something and the other will like poof, try to dominate the other side. So there is always the duality. Should I, shouldn't I? Confusions, indecisiveness can be a lot. Then self-pity also, they can have that, like martyr syndrome, because they give so much, so when they don't receive in return, then they can have this kind of like exhausted, burnout feeling, that I have given so much and what did I get in return, So they might have that very much inside of them, that self-pity. So you have to take care of that. Don't fall into self-pity, that I did this and this and this for you. You don't need to tell anyone of that. You have done it, because it is your power to give. So forget it, just leave it at that. Don't get into self-pity, because then that leads to complex again. Then what can happen is that you can get into this kind of shy feeling, then lack of confidence also, because you feel your worth comes from people in front of you, but it's not that. You are worthy because you have those qualities inside of you. So you don't need to make the person in front so important that that person decides what's your worth. So you need to take care of that, my dear number 2 personality. And also, yes, you have to avoid being overly dependent. The moment you love someone, be it a friend, be it a parent, be it a relative, be it your partner, be it anyone whom you trust, then what can happen? You start depending upon them. And I would not say it's bad to depend, but when you depend too much on someone, what are you doing actually? You're giving the remote of your life in their hands, and then they start manipulating you. Then they can, do whatever with you. So take care, my dear number 2. Don't be overly dependent. Keep your power with yourself also. It's nice to love, it's nice to give, but at the same time, you need to keep your own position, right? So overly dependent also you can be. And yes, at times you can be passive also when you see that things are not running according to, like things are not going so well or anything. So instead of actively participating in, taking charge of the solution, or removing those knots in that puzzle or that thread, what do? You just, you can become passive. That is a negative trait also. Like you can just become passive unless and until a partner or somebody who is a very strong personality comes to, just wake you up and say, come on, let's do that. And then you get your strength. So that can be one of the negative, traits of our sensitive dear number 2. And also I see that as you have this sacrificing nature, which is very, very positive, but at the same time, you can be taken for a ride very easily. Anyone can hurt you very easily. So my dear number 2, you need to take care of that. That being good is good, but being too good is bad. Okay, being too good at your own cost is bad, because this particular goodness that you carry, it's wonderful, but what happens is that you have to know who are you giving. Okay, who are you giving? Because like I have read that don't throw pearls in front of the swine, because the swine will trample the pearls. You see, don't throw your beautiful, wonderful, precious emotions in front of people who don't deserve them, because they will never understand the worth of that, my dear number 2. So just be what you are, but at the same time protect yourself. I'm saying that just because I don't want you to get hurt in life. Yeah, and I think many of you do get hurt in life just because of this wonderful, beautiful giving nature, and your hypersensitivity also doesn't allow you to give back in a very rude manner to the person in front of you, that give it back, and then settle accounts. It's not like that. You just you take it on yourself. So just protect this beauty inside of you, my dear number 2, and what I would say, be your intuitive self. Give your love to people who really deserve them, and if those people have hurt you, some people have hurt you in your life, then just forgive them, but next time don't make the mistake of again giving them love. Okay, my dear number 2. And also I've seen that number 2 people have a very strong need of affection, because they always give affection, so they have very strong need of affection, and if their partners or loved ones don't give them affection, it really, really hurts them. They feel very, very rejected. This is what I have noticed also about the number 2 people. They need to be cared for. I see that they need to be very much cared for, and they need to be taken care of, and as they are empathic in nature, there is too much of empathy in them, so they will end up feeling a lot of pains from everywhere. So they need to protect themselves from this empathic nature. Empathic nature. They need to protect themselves. And yes, as I said, in the number 2 personality we have the number 11 also. So 11 is a master number, and I will be speaking of master numbers after we end the series from 1 to 9. Until then, I will say have a little bit of patience. So please do like, share and comment, and please do let me know how did you like the number 2 video. So on this, I would say have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, night, and see you next time. Stay blessed always. Bye bye, number 2. Bye.